love.
And war, spread love. I don't mean spread it as in spread disease.
No, of course not. We don't want to spread Ebola.
Well, why is Obama allowing Africans to come into our country from Liberia when they're sick with Ebola?
Because he knows that the U.S. healthcare system is the only way to actually treat anyone successfully that's had Ebola.
Oh, so we're really the conduit for treating anybody with Ebola. So people that are dying of Ebola should come to America? Is that what's happening? Okay, I just didn't know the plan.
Well, if they have enough funding, I guess that's what they're going to do.
So basically, we're an open wound waiting to get polluted with infection. Great. So it's not politically correct to discuss keeping Liberians out of our country. So God forbid it, we talk about Liberians not being allowed to come into our country. What if they don't have a passport and they're coming in bleeding from all orifices? Should we welcome them with open arms?
Oh, I personally don't think so, but I'm just letting you know what I think that the administration thinks.
Wow, the New World Order is playing the tune, and we are here to accept it, and we're supposed to sit back and watch our country getting infected. I don't say, no, please don't talk about orifices in that way. Our country's going broke as well. Provide health care to the entire world, good point, yeah. Common sense is out the window, I'm telling you. So no, Sarah is not stoned. She's never smoked marijuana in her life.
And I never will.
If there's another case resulting from this guy from Liberia, will the government hide it? Probably.
Oh, I don't think that's the case, Sniper One.
We're not giggly. No, this is far from being a giggly night. Sarah is actually trying to be happy. She's masking a very unhappy personal life that is not going well. We had a discussion today that we talked about the commitment we have to America's third party. No, she's not cracking up at all. I'm not making it worse. I'm telling you what's really going on. We really have a serious problem in America. Too much apathy, not enough focus. Apathy is easy to come by, but to get excited about a third party, that's a little bit more difficult. That's the problem. If she wanted to hit me, then go ahead and hit me. I mean, feel free. I would never hit a woman back. But I'm trying to tell you that we can't always come in here and be 100% happy and go lucky, but we can't always come in here and be negative and apathetic either. I care what you think, sure. I care about everybody here. Well, come on, 396. Personally, I'm a very demanding person. I realize that. I'm a very demanding person. It's one of the reasons why I am trying to become president, because I have a lot of things I want to get done in life.
David cares strongly about this nation.
I care. I'm very passionate about the nation. It may not be your concern. It may not be the concern of any one particular person at any given time, but I'm motivated to force a third party down your throats, whether you like it or not. So yeah, Sarah looks great. But the point I'm making is the best way we can solve this problem is not by being negative, but by being positive. And if you're calling me negative, you don't even know what negative is. Lionel's mama has a song about ISIS. Oh, these people are all really concerned about ISIS taking over their lives. People around the country are thinking ISIS is in their home.
Awesome, security monitor. Thank you.
So we had a discussion today about motivation. What motivates us to do the show? Sarah is a wonderful person, and I really am glad that she does the show with us. But I got to tell you, I absolutely am 100% in favor of stopping the destruction of this planet, stopping the environmental destruction of our personal water, our air, everything. I'm concerned about our country. Thank you. But I'm not going to sit here and just forget about it and try to blow it off. Okay, Shrek, I'm coming over there right now. I never asked Sarah to smile for the whole show. I said we need to remain positive. She interpreted it as smiling during the show. I'm going into stream up right now. I'm not asking her to smile. I'm working on my new teeth. That's why I'm trying to get my smile up. It's coming in the mail. I've never threatened anyone with fists. I've never threatened physical violence against anybody in my life. Truly. Yeah, thank you. Sarah's not high. She's just talking and smiling. We're adorable. Thank you. Have we chit-chatted a few times before? That's nice. Yeah, well, you could make your own reality with your minds, not just fear. That's a good point. Thank you. Her secret is she's remaining positive through this whole thing. Thank you, Ozil. She's not drunk. She's just remaining positive. Sarah has a wonderful smile. It's disarming a lot of people. You're taking them down with your smile. Remaining positive through the marijuana discussion and the masturbation discussion. That was good. We're not talking about those issues anymore. We're on to stopping the war in Syria, not allowing our president to engage in surgical strikes against an imaginary force that he himself is supporting. It could be a sarcastic smile. Many people perceive exaggerant smiles as sarcasm, but I don't think Sarah's is sarcastic. You never threatened my life, Sniper. It was somebody with the name of Sniper, not you. Well, I can be positive about everything, but honestly, we cannot possibly respond to everybody in a positive way because we have so many different negative things happening at the same time. Hey, it's awesome, Carl. I'm doing okay. Carl, thanks for calling or coming in. I'm getting into stream up now.
I'm sorry, we're not talking about the war at all. Are you talking about the war against the Islamic State, or are you talking about the war against Ukraine, or are you talking about the war against Ebola?
187.
Or are you talking about the war against drugs?
Yeah. Sarah's happy, or at least she's pretending to be happy. So we've got a good move in that direction.
Let's move on to the only other reason for ATP stopping war. I presume we're going to cut 99% of the defense budget, which is the largest government spending on any department.
We are. We're going to cut it by 50%. The defense budget was authorized, National Defense Authorization Act, for $692 billion. Currently, they're on track to be at $1 trillion in spending for the year, meaning that if you authorize 692, that's a statement to the big military industrial complex that they're going to get $1 trillion. So basically, they're getting $1 trillion. We don't want to give them more than $350 billion, and we wanted to be focusing primarily on low-cost unmanned vehicles, not on expensive F-18s and F-35s. It is kind of like the Stepford wife, the smiling. I agree, but it's not Sarah's problem because right now she's remaining positive. So just let her be positive, okay? Believe me, it's better than her hiding over here and not being on the camera. God, I'm just, this is the thing. Whenever I expose myself to people, it's like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. And it's the same thing, Sarah. It's all, whatever we do, what we try to do, we try to remain positive. And I'm not in any way controlling what Sarah's doing. I just gave her a pep talk tonight. It's making you very nervous? Okay. And I am doing everything.
I'm glad you're smiling more.
I'm more positive because of you.
Good.
It's leached onto me. I've never exposed anything on the show other than the conspiracies. My teeth have not arrived yet. I'm still waiting for my teeth in the mail. I'm going to go check the post office this week. They're doing some adjustments to get them back to where I can even use them. We're going to have a major task ahead to create a third party. I'm a social liberal and a fiscal conservative, and so is Sarah. I've been exposing the evil currently in DC. Yes, I have. Awesome, Carl. Sarah and I give each other a back rub every day. It helps in our relationship. It does. Believe me, it does. But I don't in any way want to pretend like I'm perfect, and neither should Sarah. We're both imperfect in every way. We all are trying to do our best in this world. So that's part of adjusting to the modern age, I think, and solving America's problems involves remaining positive, not negative. So we're not going to be able to solve any of our problems.
Stop with the spamming, or
yeah, please
you'll ruin
that.
it for all the guests.
Yeah, we'll be banning guests shortly if you keep it up.
Thank you.
So in order to get through this incredible,
I love you.
Yeah, we all love you. In order to get through this tough time, we have to start generating love and kind of crush the apathy. It's easy to be apathetic, but it's not easy to be passionate about something like stopping this war, legalizing marijuana, saving our environment from people like Dow and Monsanto, ending the oil cartel, which controls our government, basically telling corporations to back off and bring our government back to the people. And eliminating the threat of extremism, like in our room right now, with people posting these nonsensical things. Yeah, he involved in the Trayvon Martin thing and other black cases, but never gets involved in crimes against whites. That's a good point. Thank you, 815. And let's not forget that 97% of the African-American population voted for Barack Obama. That sounds racist in and of itself. Well, peace be with you, too. I feel like I'm at a Catholic mass, and also with you, sir. Thank you. You know, there used to be a time when people touched each other in church. You're not supposed to touch anybody and shake hands anymore. So you're supposed to bump.
Bump knucks.
Bump knucks. I have StreamUp coming up, but every time I try to start it, it has to reload for some reason. We had it up earlier. You were an altar boy, Busy? Were you ever altered in any way as an altar boy? Did anyone go up to you and say, "Would you like to meet Mr. Fleshy?" You know, that's pretty sick. The last thing I want people to do is to become victims. Well, we're trying to remain happy. Good. They never touched you? Good. You clearly don't want a discussion at all. Are you cheating on Dave with a younger man? No. I do want a discussion. What is your question? I think we have to go guest off. Sooner the better. Thanks.
Let's restart again.
I don't want to miss all this good chat though. So let me just ban a few of these people. It's just like cleaning the chat room. Cleaning the chat room. We have cleaned the chat room. We are ready now to participate in a non-swastika night. That's just so sick when they post that stuff. No, nobody's cheating on anybody. But we're not always positive, folks. And I never touched anybody in church, Cliff.
You said there was a time people touched each other in church.
Oh, yes. People do touch each other. Yeah. But I don't touch each other. I don't touch anybody in church.
Of course, they're going to take anything you say out of context.
Out of context, yeah.
It's just natural.
It's natural. Not knowing what it means. Okay, well, it's a hieroglyph, not knowing what it means. I think we all know what it means.
Well, Al, people can definitely go and start their own show.
Yeah, as soon as I get my teeth, I'll be smiling like Sarah does. You'd have a great smile, by the way. It's awesome to see somebody with such a natural smile. Yeah. Buck, you're pretty messed up if you think a swastika is a good Christian symbol. Yeah. You know, Hitler was a Christian. You didn't know that, did you? Security monitor, and most of the voters for him are dead. Really? They get a free Obama phone for the vote.
If we carpet bomb the entire Middle East with a one meg nuclear bomb, 97% of the world's troubles will end, as according to Security Monitor, not according to me. They did get a free Obama phone for the vote, and most of the voters for him were dead.
Well, a doomsday scenario is not a good scenario.
He must have passed out. I agree. Hard, but true. Hard truth, but true.
Hard, but true.
Okay, David might be going to stream up. I tried to do stream up on the same channel that we're streaming on our other shows, but I think that there was too much bandwidth issues, so now David's starting another computer to start to stream up.
50%. Sir, you can, thank you. 50% reduction in spending on defense. That's what I'm proposing for 2017. This reduction will be across the board. Many of the fat cats like Raytheon, Halliburton, Titan, Northrop, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Bechtel will be seeing major cutbacks.
Yes, David gave me this wonderful ring. It's amber with silver, and it has the leaves on the side.
It was my promise ring, and I still will promise to definitely.
He also actually made me a shell ring. That's another one.
I did make her a shell ring last year. Yeah. Sarah and I are trying to process some very strange times we're living in right now. I want all of you to know that I'm bringing people into this. I want everyone to know that we're all very concerned about our safety and security with this Ebola virus blowing out into our society. We're also worried about a president that doesn't know how to make a decision to eliminate African entrance into our country. That's a serious problem. Anyone see near LAC the launch of some intense airplane? I did not. Tony Abbott, in a letter to Talkback Radio, Mr. Abbott went on further to, yeah, that's good. Australia is moving on toward medical cannabis. I'm moving toward the legalization of cannabis, period, not just for medical purposes. Thank you, Life Invader.
That's in Australia?
Yeah,
yes.
He's from Australia. Okay, it finally opened up. Great. Stream Up, let's try it. Please come to Stream Up in December. What's that song? Please come to Boston in September. Please come to Boston
in the springtime.
In the springtime. Please come to Stream Up in the springtime. Come on, baby. Get in there. You can do it. I'm not sure why Stream Up's being so nutty to me. All right. Thank you, Bally. We're not a religious station, so we don't really enter into religious conversations. Coed's here. Hey, Coed. Coed over at JustCast is coming in. Palmella has not said a word.
John Doe Tractor, David and I were just talking about that earlier today, about preventing inbound flights from Africa into the United States.
Yeah, we don't understand why Barack Obama is allowing Africans to enter into our country right now. Anybody could be infected. The incubation rate is 21 days, so anybody could look normal and still be infected. And the time they cross paths with other people, they meet 100 people, and then those, like with the Dallas guy, 100 people were near him, but 10 are considered high risk. So that kind of goes against your RO factor or R2 factor.
No, not necessarily, because those 10 people that were considered high risk could have dropped to 2 if they had admitted him into the hospital sooner. And also, the fact is that they're in quarantine and haven't actually gotten sick yet. If all 10 of them get sick, then you might have a point. If only 2 of them get sick, or less than 2, I still have a point.
Okay. So out of the 10 people that were in contact, high risk, if 2 become infected, then Sarah has a good point. If all 10 become infected, then your point's out the window.
Yep.
Okay, Howie Hawkins is shut out of Andrew Cuomo's campaign event in Syracuse. Something happened. Howie Hawkins believes his agenda would better help women, especially working women, than one advocated by Governor Cuomo. So he's locking horns with Governor Cuomo. Well, I'll be darned. Well, let's bring that into the show a little bit here. Somebody just posted this, unwanted man.
Yes, correct, Homan. I might have taken you to a Google voicemail number if you called our phone number.
Let me go get that. I'll reactivate the phone. There. Please come to Boston in the springtime. California is such too much.
Wow. Man, Life Invader, that's a a tough story.
Okay, phones are off. Now they're ready to go.
Try it again.
Now we're up and running.
And
all right, so there's
my phone number again. Maybe it'll ring through.
Howie Hawkins and Andrew Cuomo are locking horns here. Most of these Democrats support war now, I guess. You know, all the Democrats and Republicans support war. You got to wonder what's going on with that.
I don't believe that Ebola is necessarily airborne.
Okay, Rich, go ahead. What's your concern about the country right now, Rich?
I'm pretty pessimistic about the future of this country.
You're pissed off about the future. Yeah.
Or just one moment. You want to take that one?
Good to me.
Yeah, it doesn't look good to me either. Hang on. I know you want to say something about something. I'm waiting.
Call from.
No, we don't want to take that call. Yeah, Rich, go ahead. Your concern. What is it about Ebola? Is it airborne? John Doe Contractor says it's airborne. It's not airborne. It is airborne. It's not. It's not. It is. What is it? It's not.
Sarah says it's not.
So just don't go licking any toilet bowls. You'll be fine. All right. I have not seen your post about the New World Order. Poor guy is losing his voice. Okay, any other questions, Rick?
I have a question about Sarah's kitty.
We have a kitty named Amber, and our cat we saved was a cat that would have never survived. That kitty was probably going to get like a year of life left, and we hadn't managed to save that kitty.
I mean, yes, John Doe, you can take precautions as if Ebola were airborne. Absolutely, I agree with that. Do take precautions.
Thank you, Most Shady. Yeah, when dealing with kitties,
see the poor pictures you put on David's face.
I have not seen it yet. The UN chief of Ebola mission area, Anthony Barber, could become airborne in nightmare scenario, but leading scientist. This just came in from Love at First Type. The UN's chief of Ebola mission, Anthony Banbury, said Ebola could become airborne in a nightmare scenario, but leading scientists have, and we don't know what else you said. My ears are good. I rescued a cat named Amber. You'd like to see our kitty.
I definitely think you could take precautions as if it were airborne, but I don't believe that it is airborne right now.
Well, suggesting Ebola will become airborne is irresponsible, say some experts. That's good to know. Whoa. See how it's messed up? StreamUp is just not loading for this server at all.
Please
Call from.
No. I don't know what happened to it. We got internet access, but on an unidentified network. Isn't that weird?
Just goes out of the browser and restarts the browser.
Yeah, I've been doing this 3 times.
Oh, well, do it a 4th.
I'm going to do it a 4th. I have maybe I've covered this news tobacco plant. Okay.
Tobacco plant.
Maybe the key to Ebola drugs. Oh, cool. I don't think that's good. Okay, so we got a couple stories here. Tobacco plant may be the key to an Ebola drug. Many experts suggesting Ebola will become airborne is considered irresponsible, say experts. So we should better just allow Africans to come into our country willy-nilly? Fix your voice. Maybe there's something wrong with your voice. Are you sure you're not doing too much coke, Nagal? That could be a problem. Ask your doctor if your cocaine problem is.
Or maybe you should volunteer at the Humane Society. Then you get to be around those lovely cats all the time.
Hey, Awesome Carl. It's Awesome Carl calling everybody. We got a good caller now. If there was no threat of its airborne nature,
I'm not going to be on the call on Monday, but I found some interesting information out.
That's a good point, John.
You know how you sometimes discuss the New World Order?
I will.
Well, apparently on September 10th, September 11th, 1990, Bush Sr. made a speech saying that to a joint session of Congress that the Iraq and Kuwait issue threatened the New World Order.
Iraq and Kuwait have threatened the New World Order. Yeah, Bush was talking about this in 1992. A New World Order.
1990.
Yeah.
September 11th, 1990.
Yeah, they were all planning this in 1990.
11 years later, what happened?
World Trade Center attack. Yeah. We talk about this all the time. You know, back in 1991, George H.W. Bush took out a bond issue of $240 billion. The date of that bond issue was September 11th, 1991. 10 years later, when that bond issue came due, the bank where the bond issue was held happened to go down. It was one of the trade centers that went down. Okay, Google Chrome is not letting any stream up users go on. Okay, I will go to
try Firefox or
I'll do Firefox. Isn't that weird the way Google Chrome shut down? I can't explain it. Can you? Did the government dial in to the Google Chrome browser? Because they control the Chrome browser.
ILLU.
You can. We have a picture of us kissing. It'll be available on download at eBay. You'll be able to get it for a fee.
Chrome, CHROME, is
I had a sinus infection.
Google Chrome either refers to an operating system or a browser. In this case, it refers to a browser.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, I'm going to go in there and find out why the government is controlling our stream upcast going through the Chrome browser, because they control the Chrome browser. The Google operation is a government operation. It is a venue of the CIA and NSA.
David's going to use it. He's going on it through Firefox.
Please come to stream up in the springtime.
No, I can't set up your big vaporizer.
Tiny chat tends to be DDoSed every night, but good times waiting for those who want to chat.
Thank you, Smelly Bear.
If you want to go on the StreamUp browser, just go to streamup.com and things will be cool. I'm coming to StreamUp. I just can't get there. What is wrong with this computer? You know, why don't we try StreamUp over here now? Since it was working before over there, I think we should try it over here. Because this is ridiculous. I can't get on StreamUp at all. All right, Howie Hawkins, good story, but not that newsworthy. The song America, an American with a Remington.
You don't need that.
I don't? Okay.
Yeah, you don't need that.
This sounds a little violent. It's kind of like promoting violence. I don't like violence. Hold on just a second, Carl.
Do you want me to, set up StreamUp for you?
Go ahead. Yeah, do it on there. It is real. Can you not see?
Federal Security Agency in Washington, D.C.
Wow, this guy's recording like government operations. Carl, I'm so glad you're a normal person.
Wow. Yeah, no problem.
You know, we met Carl in his home state. We drove all across the country, and Sarah and I had this wonderful romantic time on the beautiful shores of Niagara Falls. And we even had a kiss video, which we aired one time on camera. The only time we've ever kissed on camera, and it appeared for less than a nanosecond. And then we actually met Carl right after that we did that video in his home state, in New York. I don't have a thing for gay men. I'm not gay, and Carl is not gay either. Sarah and I kissed, yes.
Because to be honest, they're just attention seekers.
I know. You know, there's something I've learned about Americans right now, and that is that we have to believe in our families and we have to believe in our future. If we stop believing in our families and our future, as a nation, we will collapse. And it's one of the biggest problems I'm facing right now is preventing apathy, preventing this general malaise, people just not caring. And I also am concerned about people not, looking after their family, because this is a time when we need to reach out and help everybody as much as we can. Now, if you have a real user for a family member who's rejected your help in the past, maybe that person wants to live on the street.
The way I stand on marriage is I don't believe that the government should be involved in people's personal relationships. Well, look how many people we have on our show.
Got a few people.
Shrek and Hugh.
Shrek's in. All
Mystery
right.
Color.
Cool. Hey, and we got a couple of real live viewers here. Hey, there we go.
Finally.
Cool. I've got a guy in there who's he's sporting a beard and a mustache, trying to convince me to wear a beard and mustache. Everybody wants me to wear a beard and mustache. My problems are not your problems. And I don't want to share my problems with your problems, but apathy is a problem in America. And I got to tell you, the connection timed out over here. So isn't that weird? This computer is having some problems. I'm going to restart it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we got a couple people, Mystery Caller, Hugh, J Ass, and Meow TV, and Hot Chocolate, and maybe somebody else broadcasting over there. Okay, good.
You know how you say you were talking about family? Nowadays, it's like families care about individual selves and they view the family. Because you remember, probably when you were a kid, there don't have to be families, like say, got into financial issues and needed to live somewhere. They would be taking them by their family members to get back on their feet, for example.
Right.
You know, it always helps each other out somehow.
Exactly.
Thank you.
You don't see that nowadays very often.
Hi, Shrek.
All right.
I am finally looking at the screen there. I'm trying to come in. I just have to. I'm working on my microphone right now.
Pamela, this is Carl. He's not light and a loafer. He's Carl. He's a guy who's concerned about the country. I never called anybody a name. I just talked about an idiot. I don't think calling a person an idiot is that big of a deal. It's not like I'm really, saying a lot.
Well, it's just.
Well, Jello Beans wonders, why do these flaming faggot homos think their sexuality deserves rights? Well, however you believe you're superior to these people, they deserve to not be discriminated in the workplace. Now, say a guy's trying to get a job as a fashion designer, and he walks up and he walks up to the fashion designer and says, "Well, hello everybody, welcome. How are you? Let's just make it work, everyone." You would probably get him a job at Project Runway, and he would be making hundreds of thousands of dollars doing speaking engagements.
Could we do Seco maybe?
Well, what's interesting is my job, we have to know fashion.
You have to know fashion in his job. Exactly. Carl's got a job in retail. I worked retail myself, Carl. I worked as a
high-end retail.
High-end retail. Wow. I worked in the men's furnishing department at a store, Bullock's department store. Yeah. I used to fold T-shirts and sell ties.
I can't believe how much some people spend in that store.
I know.
$400-500 per transaction.
Are you serious? They're paying a lot of money? Wow. They must have a lot of money. Hang on.
Hang on.
Oh, good.
Hang on to
What are
what?
you doing today?
Okay.
Great. Add colors. For example, on Sunday, there was a purchase of $276 for a hotel room in Guatemala.
Okay. What's the question?
Were you in Guatemala recently?
No, I wasn't.
I see.
I don't think there's any way to get rid of the call. Carl, you may have to call me back.
Guatemala.
I can't get rid of the call. I accepted this
Are you
person.
sure you weren't in Guatemala?
Carl has to call. Yeah. Carl, call me back if you want. Sorry about that. Now, homosexuals actually like to work as apparatus chicks in the political arena. They love the cattiness of it, the testosterone, and the nearness of power. And men. Men. John Doe Tractor, you sound like you're a gay lobbyist. Yeah. Are you? You can answer yes or no. It's awesome, Carl, and he knows fashion. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Okay. Carl, are you in?
Yeah, we hung up on that other call. It hung me up.
Thank you. Thank goodness I did. Yeah, but I had to hang up on that call. Somebody's been bothering us, like spamming us or something with weird calls, like harassment calls, like bill collectors and stuff. I never get bill collectors calling me because I don't have any bills. I haven't had any debt since 1983. I've been debt-free since 1983. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have a payment. I don't believe in debt. Can any of you say the same thing?
The less expensive piece of clothing I own is now a truck.
Well, I don't have any debt. I can say that, Nicole.
Okay. I'm supposedly broadcasting over there, but it doesn't show me broadcasting.
John, no, I believe that you may very well be a gay lobbyist. I have a credit card, but I pay it off every month, so it never accrues any interest. You don't have any debt? Kool-Aid Anthrax doesn't have any debt. Good going, Kool-Aid. You win the brownie point for the minute. You're not a homosexual at all? Not even a little homosexual? Okay, good. You're like me. 100% pure heterosexual. Good for you, buddy. You believe I may be gay? Oh my God. You're some sort of a bi-curious wannabe gay guy who believes I'm gay because I look like somebody you'd want to, be involved with or something? We're talking about stopping war, and all you talk about is sex. I feel like I'm talking to Stephen Hawking about sexual dysfunction. It's just like an endless loop of a conversation. He wants to go to another planet because he can't get an erection. All right. I cannot check my IM. I'm in pop-up chat. I don't want to leave the planet like Stephen Hawking. I want to enjoy life. I want to spend my time here. I want to be with the people I love and all my viewers. I want to share. I want to be a part of today's interaction. I don't want to leave. We're getting a feedback from, I think, this guy right here. I just want to, I got to be me. I got to be me. I got to be me. I just want to be myself. I want to profess good solutions for, Jesus, what's happening?
Hugh, your dog's barking.
Hugh, you got to lower your dog sound. We muted you, Hugh. Okay. Well, Pamela says, Sarah, it would be an honor to get some nice jalapeno poppers. Well, you know how to win a woman over, don't you, Pamela? Pamela is a transgender trying to meet a woman. Sounds like it's a he-she trying to become a lesbian. Gays have a mental disorder no different than people with AD or colorblind. Jello.
What's going on, David?
Hey, man. What's going on? What's doing in your life? We can add now the screen region.
Yeah, Shrek knows he has two windows open.
Shrek knows his.
I'm muted myself here, so Shrek's watching me over at.
Okay, we finally got our chat up and running over at StreamUp. Thanks for coming in. Carl, I have to take this. Hold on.
Call from?
What about your house? Was it a road or was it a street?
I had this covered.
We're getting a lot of bad calls from people that don't want to say anything. Hey, Carl, I'm worried that our country is now moving closer to a war with Syria, destabilizing relations with Ukraine and Russia, and now allowing Ebola-ridden patients from Africa to come into our country to find medical treatment. I mean, does it get any weirder than this?
Part of the master plan.
Oh, and then, of course, thank you, Love at First Type, I will. And then, of course, we were giving a deserter, Bergdahl, asylum in our country, and now we're going to prosecute him with a $2 million lawsuit. And we're getting some audio from, I think
know,
it's this
just
guy.
a sec. Okay.
And we're allowing this. Where is it?
It's fine.
No, see, there it is. It's right there. Okay.
Let us know if you want to say something, Shrek.
Yeah, raise your hand if you want to say
getting,
something.
You're getting feedback, so we had to mute you.
And now
So we can't hear
we're
you.
seeing that 3 of those terrorists, of the 5 terrorists that were traded for Bergdahl, have actually popped up in this new ISIS network and have been contributing to some of these potential beheadings. I say potential because we have no corroborating verification that these men have had their heads removed. Not one single corpse has been reviewed for autopsy. Of course, they could claim that the terrorists won't release the corpse, so we can't really find out if the person's been decapitated, but isn't it convenient? It's like a self-sealing premise. It's like a self-sealing premise that they're able to somehow grab a journalist, pretend to decapitate them, and then make them missing. How do we know that person's not on the Tahiti right now with a witness protection program?
Call from. Things different if we I had this call.
So do you really believe that we're getting the truth from our government? Or are they just trying to foment the stage for war, create an environment of fear?
I think they're trying to create a stage for a major war.
Yeah.
To finish up what they're trying to do. Because if you do some research,
yeah.
Part of the thing is assassinating world leaders. Like you said, that spread deadly diseases. Ebola is a good example. And then access terrorism and use terrorists.
Yeah, there you go. Fragmenting our nation's ability to function, breaking us down with illegal aliens coming into the country, weakening our borders, allowing ISIS to come in and then saying in front of the American people, Chuck Hagel said that ISIS is in America and we should be fearful that they're going to strike any one of us. Truly wafting the flame of fear and allowing for the ramping up of all the propaganda in the two parties for war. So we're building a third party dedicated to no war, and we clearly stand in opposition to what the two parties are up to.
Call from. I have this caller.
And we're not taking calls from you, Hoppy. Thank you anyway. Yeah, we don't take calls from people that lie about their war history. Yeah, we don't want to. I'm sorry, you kind of ruined it for yourself in our show because you lied to us. A paracetamol gives you a headache. What is a paracetamol? You're a hunter. Every set case of natural anthrax occur in the Middle East every year. I believe you're right. I think we're in for something big going to happen, Smay713 says. Me think you're right too. Davey Cooper, I don't know. Would you take a call from me, David? Sure, Sniper. I mean, anybody can call in, right? I'm trying to get you guys to call and talk about the issues.
Call from. William.
William. Okay.
To add this caller to your current call, press 5. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to Carl. Well, nice try, but that was not a real voice. Guys, gay eyes now, I say. Okay. Call now. Operators standing by. We got everybody, including huge ass in here.
Have serious conversation.
Yeah.
Call in. Otherwise, stop.
Right.
Tracking David.
Yeah, well, that's what they do. They enjoy tracking. Basically, this is the deal, Carl. 6 years ago, when we started America's Third Party, we thought naively that the media, the mainstream media, would somehow consider this interesting. It would be a good show to talk about people, real average Americans communicating about the world and world events. We thought we would get even a modicum of appreciation. We didn't get so much as an email back from over 250 press releases we sent out. That's when I engineered my blackface video. And over the past 6 years, it's taken that long for that blackface video to saturate the news. And it only got to local news.
Call from Manny.
I don't believe that either. Yeah, we never really got, was that you, Manny? Go ahead and say you're calling in chat before I pick up, because we have to filter out the phonemes. We've been getting a lot of Rodney's calling. Hi, Dive. Thank you, Europe Hunter. So we've been trying for 6 years to basically keep this pot stirred. And I don't mean legalize marijuana. We want to do that, of course, but we're stirring the pot of political discussion. And I'm not ranting at people about being gay and wanting to take lots of drugs at all. No. In fact, I have a legitimate discussion going on every night. You just can't hear it, John, because you're the one talking about lesbians and gays and all this. I don't think the media finds any of this boring. I think they would find it rather interesting. And what's very interesting is that the people keep coming to hear about this and want to find out how they can get involved. But the media, the mainstream media, doesn't want to give anybody a chance to get their 10 seconds, let alone 15 minutes of fame. So I haven't had 10 seconds in the media in 6 years, not even 10 seconds. And all I get is this harassment from these nonsensical people. I'm not talking about Carl. So if you have a radio playing in the background and you're calling, Stan, call me again. Just turn your radio down in the background, because otherwise you're going to get feedback.
Or mute us on the show, because when you call, you can hear us on the actual phone. Thank you.
So 6 years later, here we are. I gave Sarah this monumental pep talk today, and it was kind of intense because I'm basically on the edge a lot because I'm constantly parrying the ball for a third party. Sarah is of course, like everyone here,
thank you, Cookie,
very distracted with their personal life and can't even get into the concept of a third party all the time. And I don't expect much more from any one of you but to attend our show once in a while and talk about a third party to other people. Tell people about America's thirdparty.com and hand out flyers like Carl does. That's basically all I'm trying to talk about. And Sarah has been a major part of our site. She's actually built our site. She's constructed a ballot election law on our site so that you can actually see all the election law to get me on the ballot.
No, you cannot call and collect. Thank you.
Buck, are you upset at gays because you have a moral high ground of feeling, blessed and they're not or something? I don't think we should discriminate against gays. I don't really think that we need to have a same-sex marriage law. I don't think the government should be involved in marriage. If states want to do it, they can. No, the fact is, Sarah has a different life, all of her own, which I think is great. All of you have a different life, all of your own.
Thanks, sure.
But when we come together, we are trying to build the background and the foundation for a third party. That's what we're trying to create. And it's a long time coming. For over 50 years, third parties have been in the beginning stages that have never really taken off.
What exactly are you trying to paste in? Always 775.
Noma Hector, okay.
A Facebook link?
Hello, Noma Hector. Hello, how are you? We're on the phone with Carl and Noma Hector. Hello.
Good night, Rodney.
And thanks for calling, Carl. We have to drop off every time he comes on. It's crazy. All right, so everybody's in the chat who wants to come in and hang out, live people talking. But as you can see, nobody really wants to talk. We're still at that level. Try again, Carl.
Oh, you might want to post it again, Euro.
Well, it was a song from originally developed by Cat Stevens, played by Neil Young. There's no such thing as racism or racists. Okay. I tend to agree with you that. After the song, Neil's speech. Oh, okay, we'll post the link again, Euro Punter.
Awesome. Hey, it's awesome, Carl.
Well, how do
Okay,
you
awesome,
have
Carl. I'm going to not
access
take any
to the
other
robot?
calls. You're it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I got some things wrong, but there's no point attaching the epithet racist to any of it. What did I get wrong? The fact that Barack Obama is an illegal alien? The fact that he's a Muslim? The fact that he's gay? The fact that he's married a transgender? What about that did I get wrong?
What about the fact that he ignores the Constitution?
Yeah, I did get that wrong. He ignores the Constitution. Okay. Do any of you believe that Barack Obama is a Christian at this point? Al Jolson's impression, I didn't do an Al Jolson impression. I did a bad parody of Barack Obama. The next one I do will be a much better impersonation because I realize that you guys don't know the difference between a bad parody and good satire. So I'm doing another video coming up October 31st to show you that I really did want to impersonate him, but I did a really bad impersonation because I wanted you to know that he is essentially a lying snake oil salesman who will be a flim-flam artist till the day he is expurged from the office of president. You're never going to get a straight answer out of Obama. We're done. We're basically, our country's forced into doing everything his way or the highway. Okay.
Unfortunately, with Obama, if you
This
could
is
get away with
live
it,
and
you
working,
could
DJ
get
Matt.
rid of this country.
Those chemicals and all those things.
Okay, here we go. The end is when Neil Young gets serious. What were you saying, Sarah? Go ahead.
Nothing. I was just telling DJ Mac that he is in the right location, that we are live and
Oh, okay.
working.
Okay, let's listen to Neil Young.
We grew with for so many years. Have made it so we've lost sometimes more than half our topsoil. And it didn't just disappear. It's up there. We need to bring it down to earth.
I can't hear
What can
him.
you do? You can support your local family farm because they're growing sustainably. You can write your congressman in Washington or wherever the hell he is tonight. And you can tell him, before you give $23 to a farmer to grow corn for 1 acre, which really translates to these huge Cargill companies and these giant corporate farms, they get all the money.
Yep.
And they use all the chemicals.
Yep, exactly.
Those people are getting paid for doing this by us.
Yeah.
So this is not right. This is the truth. That's what Farm Aid's all about.
All right, Neil Young, baby. Right on, man. Cool.
We want to bring good sense and sustainability back. We think at Farm Aid that before the government gives someone $23 to grow an acre of corn, they should say, if you grow it sustainably.
Right. Right
If
on,
you
man.
grow it the right way, so we don't lose our ground.
Don't lose our
We don't want to
ground.
lose any more.
No, we don't. Hey, you know something? The groundwater has been affected. Like in Kern County, it's full of nitrates in California. Old man, take a look at your life. I'm a lot like you. Hey, everybody. Neil Young never used to wear a cowboy hat. Now he's doing it. Ever since that Alabama Man came out. Remember that Leonard Skinner song? Yeah, Sweet Home Alabama. No, she doesn't have a look of disapproval. You see, when Sarah's not smiling, people always assume that she has a look
This
of.
is that.
It's just what they say.
Who?
These people are just ridiculous. Don't even, just ignore them. All right. Displaced anger much? Cookie, relax. Carl, go ahead.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people who want to know more
Third
about
party.
third parties here. We've got Huge Ass is in. He's got a couple of people. Shrek, Hot Chocolate, America's Third Party, America's Third Party. You guys are in here. We've got a regular telethon going on here, everybody. An anti-war rally telethon. We need some music. So I thought I'd bring in a good backbeat. Yeah, we do this every night. Except Sunday.
I know. What show stands in.
You're calling? Operator's standing by. Let's change the way the White House works.
Oh, Life Invader. We still love you, though you're Australian.
We are planning a buffet bar at the White House where you'll be able to get a buffet day and night.
Oh, Life Invader's trying to call.
Okay, go ahead.
Awesome.
Okay.
Caller, here's Chris.
Okay, I moved out of Carl's call. I took Chris. Go ahead. Hi. Life and
Hey, Rad, this show is
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, that's good. Well, we are up I'm motivated now to talk about a third party. So this is kind of like a pep rally to get people to talk about a third party and to get people on board with the idea that we don't want war. We do want legalization of marijuana.
Keep trying, Life Invader.
Yeah. Hi, can I help you? Hello, can I help you?
Keeps
all right.
knocking up, and when I call you guys from like my mobile phone, it makes some kind of weird burp at night noise. You know, like I don't know.
Okay, thank you for calling all the way from Australia. You could have gone on StreamUp and saved your minutes, but
yeah,
it's all good. Like I've got nothing else to do, guys. I mean, I'm watching you guys. You know, and I've been trying to call for the last few days.
Wow.
He's been trying to call for days, David.
David, when will you see a real serious show of you making a session of your political aspiration?
Your conversation.
Sure. I try to turn the show into a real show.
And say hi, you know.
I know.
Well,
I appreciate
thank you
it.
for calling, and thank you for your persistence.
Thank you for your persistence. I got to tell you, many people don't think we.
You know, you guys getting the presidency and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we're trying.
Legalizing marijuana.
That helps. Yeah. We want to make sure that we release low-level drug offenders from our prison system, so we'll kind of get rid of the private prison system that's been forming. That was a question that came in.
But you only want to keep the junkies in jail, you know, the meth heads and such.
Yeah. Well, the meth heads, there's no point in putting them in jail. It costs more for us to put them there. It costs $35,000 to $50,000 a year to house a meth head in jail.
Some rehabilitation centers in America too. I mean, they have places for people with drug addictions and such.
It will help the economy. It will also help people with post-traumatic stress disorder, people that come back from the war. Folks, you don't know this, but 23% of our population of military veterans are dying from suicide. A huge number, nearly a quarter of the population. Seriously, suicide is a huge problem among our military right now. Every day, 25 military veterans or people in the military are killing themselves. It's a terrible statistic that most people don't know about. All right. We are going to release low-level drug offenders in a staged, methodical manner so it won't create a huge danger to society. Well, the celebrities use money to get away with crimes. There's a lot of cases of this, but even some people with money don't get out of the terrible deed they did.
Well, I think the way to propose to change the suicide rate among vets in active duty
it is a state matter.
Is that we need to have all vets in active duty see therapists.
Yep.
And specifically, there's this new therapy called rapid eye movement therapy.
Right.
That is it's the only therapy proven to help with people who have suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting therapy because it basically activates both sides of people's brains, and that will help with the suicide prevention.
Yeah, and anything like that, rapid eye movement studies done by psychologists that proves effective should be used, and we should replicate this process throughout our psychological therapy community in the Veterans Administration. Barack Obama left the VA to rot.
Yes, I mean, marijuana definitely does have medicinal help as well, but that
Hi, Mike. How are
therapy
you?
is rather interesting.
Hi, Mike. Hello, Mike. Yes, you're on. Hi.
It's not electroconvulsive therapy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it'll help you with dealing with the stress of killing people in war. You know, how many people have come back to our country and ended up killing their family because they wanted to just kill people? How many, 14 cases of men coming back to Fort Lewis Army headquarters? 14 of these guys have gone ballistic and killed their families. Now, when 14 guys come back from the Iraq or Afghanistan war and kill their families at Fort Lewis, the government doesn't see that as a problem. I mean, there's a serious problem. And then we find out the Veterans Administration was completely neglected by Barack Obama.
That's rather interesting. That's interesting, Kaka. It's definitely Mad Max. I'm sorry. All right, with that, I'm going to say good evening. Sorry that you guys got that ear.
Yeah,
problem.
sorry about that.
I will talk to you later. Good night.
Thank you, Sarah. And I'm going to say a couple words more. Sarah was wonderful tonight. Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. And a couple words more. Sarah was wonderful tonight. Awesome. And I think the noise was really bad. Ear screw. Yeah, thank you. Outlaws says, I'm watching stupid show. Amy has a terrible sinus headache. Amy, there's a couple things you might want to do. Coffee might help. It's a natural curative for headaches. What it does is it constricts the blood vessels that cause the swelling in the head, especially around the sinus region. Yeah, okay. I know, I'm showing respect for Sarah, even though she isn't me, I know. Mr. Sponheim, your show is very interesting. I hope I can remember to see it next time you're on. Thank you, Batman. We are on every night except Sundays, so tomorrow is our day off. I don't mind being addicted to coffee. In fact, I found out that drinking 5 cups a day actually prevents prostate cancer in men. I'm not in Tiny Chat or looking at a stream up feed. I know you keep telling me I need to do a Sunday show, but I sojourn with nature and I communicate with the Lord on Sunday. I have a personal relationship with the Lord, and I don't want to make it public. You wouldn't want to go online when I'm in my isolation chamber doing my meditation. That's okay. Well, I'll take your questions when you do. Hey, everybody. You know, if you have a work shift like that, Batman, keep it up until you're old and then retire. I don't masturbate in my isolation chamber on Sunday. It would be sacrilege. Sacrilege. Yeah, I believe in God. Happy New Year. Cookie was warming up. It's great to talk to, Euro Punter. Well, the fact is, I do have a problem when I do get angry. I'm very forthright, and I spit it out really intensely. It's what makes me an incredible competitor, and it's what gives me the edge to help this country, because I'll get in the face of all these corrupt congressmen and give them a piece of my mind. You can count on that. My Lord has given me the privilege to reveal one thing, and that is marijuana is naturally occurring. Why would the government tell us we couldn't possibly grow something that grows naturally? I mean, use your head. Seriously, what right does the government have to tell us what to do with something that is a victimless crime that you yourself enjoy when you smoke marijuana? Why would the government come here and say, oh, you can't touch that marijuana? And then we send troops over to Afghanistan and guard the warlords' opium plants so that they continue to profit from heroin. And here we are, so hypocritical in our country. Barack Obama said this past year that, well, make no mistake about it, I smoked marijuana most of my adult life. And sure enough, he won't even legalize it. He's a total hypocrite. And he wants to let the Afghan growers continue to profit so that the CIA makes lots of money. Logic Cobra, could you lay your religious guilt trip on somebody else? Because it doesn't affect me. I'm not religious at all. Heroin is not naturally occurring. It's processed. You can't smoke opium plants. It's not a naturally processed thing. You can smoke a marijuana leaf. You can't go up to an opium plant and light it up. Now, cocoa leaves, on the other hand, you can shoot cocoa leaves, which is kind of like, you know, doing coke, I suppose. But you see any cocoa leaves in America? You can really get high on an opium leaf? I don't believe that. prove it. I've never smoked marijuana without knowing fully that it is something that's going to get me high. I have smoked a little bit of Mexican weed, thinking it was going to get me high, and it didn't get me high. I had a relative say, "Hey man, you know, all I can find is this paraquat stuff." I was like, "Okay." And it was, why are you even buying Mexican weed? No, I smoked. You have never smoked marijuana, Amy? Well, some people say it might help your headache. I'm just saying, never. But you're not in a legalized state. You know, we have a recreational use legalization here in Washington State, so we can do this. Yeah, Stank Flower says marijuana helps everything. You're holding a cat? That's cute. You're laughing, Cookie? Well, that's good. That'll help. Laughing is good therapy. Sarah smiled through the whole show, and that made everybody kind of uneasy and happy at the same time. That's right. Pot has helped thousands of people out of addiction every year. Pot will actually keep you away from doing crack and the things that Obama does. Oh, your cat died last year? Oh, I'm so sorry. Dang. Oh, that's so sweet. So very sorry. DT Laura's in the middle of the screen here hugging her cat. 18 years old? Oh, I dread the day when Amber dies. It just saddens me to think about it. She's such a part of our life. And you know, somebody came into our show last week and threatened to kill Amber, our kitty cat. No, I don't think marijuana is better because it's not physically addictive, John Doe Tractor. Whereas cocaine and crack, which Obama smoked, is highly addictive. It's got a 97% recidivism rate, meaning that anybody who smokes crack has a 97% chance of doing it again and again and again and again and again until their whole life is ruined. Whereas nobody's ever ruined their life buying a bag of marijuana. Nobody has ever overdosed on marijuana either. You can't OD on this stuff. So it is a better drug, and it helps transition people off of other drugs like nicotine. And marijuana is a great way of getting off of something we refer to as cigarettes. Are you addicted to cigarettes? Are you one of those 400,000 people a year that die or could die of cigarettes? That's right. Shrek has a vaporizer right now on the screen. Look at that. He's vaping. Yeah. See, Shrek knows how to get his marijuana. He vapes it. Ticking Time is addicted to me. Smelly Bear, that's pretty sad. Your brother's goldfish died. Amy, I'm telling you, there is positive information coming out of Madrid, Spain in 2011. They did a study showing that marijuana or THC and the cannabinoids actually prevent tumor growth, brain tumor growth. I personally know of a woman that used to smoke marijuana. When she stopped, she became an outright, like a serious Christian. And she said she would never smoke marijuana again. 2 years later, she came down with a brain tumor and died. True story. Yes, I do have a plan to fix our infrastructure while keeping our taxes low. Yes, I do. Barack Obama has not worked on the failing infrastructure in our country. They estimate that the bridges alone will cost $24 billion. Obama's answer was to give $9 billion to the Chinese to come over here and fix 2 bridges. Peace always. Thank you, Europe Hunter. Take care. Sleep well. I'm doing a few more minutes to kind of wrap things up. Well, yeah, look at how old Willie Nelson is, and he still gets the babes. To all the girls I smoked marijuana with, to each and every one I talked with. Well, it can make people paranoid only because everybody who smokes weed has red eyes. So people think, oh, are you high? Well, yeah, they're paranoid that they're going to be perceived as being high. I mean, it's a common sense reality that anybody who is high is going to think somebody's going to think they're high. Am I right? I know I'm right. I said I'm right. I can't show Amber. She's not a trained cat. She can't just come into the show like that. Take it easy, dude. Well, thank you, Batman. Yeah, hang out. We've done over 1,765 shows. And each one is all original, 3 hours apiece. We all interact with chat. I want everyone to remember that I am the only political figure in America interacting every night, 3 hours a night, for the past 6 years. Nobody else is doing what we're doing. And nobody's building a political party in America. There are a bunch of old parties that are still hanging on, like the Libertarian Party, the Reform Party. But none of them are really using the cutting edge technology that we're using every night. Yeah, that's right, Ron. And I'm carrying the ball for a third party. Me, single-handedly. We've been trying to do this for about 6 years, and we're making progress. I care about homeless people living in communities right now, Jello Beans. Yeah, I do. You can't smoke Ebola. It smokes you, Kathy. Weed has many great uses. Well, pack rat, you don't treat marijuana addiction. You just give people access to marijuana. You don't have to treat an addiction or have a rehab clinic if people have access to marijuana that's legal. Well, you should consider smoking, Amy. It might help you. It might open your whole mind. All these headaches may go away. I've heard it helps people with headaches. Frankly, Waddles Mama, you're the only one who has fantasies about Hot Carl and I, Rodney. We'll keep the news on the down low, Cookie. Thanks for coming in. Well, like I said, 23% of all veterans in America are killing themselves. That's not a good statistic. I never had sex with a senator. I'm not gay, and I've never prostituted myself. No, actually, I'm much larger than Obama. That's what I hear from Larry Sinclair. Larry Sinclair has openly talked about Barack Obama in that way. Yeah, there's a lot of people who've had sex with Barack Obama. It shouldn't come as a surprise to you that this has been going on. Larry Sinclair actually said he gave Barack Obama
where Senator Obama exited the limousine with $250, which was provided to him by me. Returned a short while later with an 8 ball of cocaine, which he gave to me. I did ingest a couple of lines of cocaine, and shortly thereafter, Senator Obama produced a glass cylinder pipe and packet of crack cocaine from his pocket. Obama then smoked the crack cocaine. I performed fellatio on Senator Obama in the limousine during the time Senator Obama was smoking crack cocaine, after which I had the driver take me to my hotel, the Comfort Suites, Gurnee, Illinois.
And exactly what room were you in? Because we kind of want to look this up. Okay, that was Larry Sinclair talking about his official homosexual relationship with Barack Obama back in 1999. There you have it. No, it's all true. No, he passed a lie detector test with 99% certainty. Fellatio is oral sex, Melly Bear. The male term for men is fellatio and women is cunnilingus. Okay, thanks, Sniper. Thanks for coming in. Hey, you know, I have an idea that I was going to implement in my home. I'm planning on offering a solution to the minimum wage. Yeah, I too want to get the minimum wage up to $10 an hour, but I'm not going to fight the Republicans on it. I too want to get the average person more operating capital. I have a different plan. It's called an infrastructure bank. And we want to create a small infrastructure bank that gives loans directly to U.S. businesses at 2%, as long as they hire U.S. citizens at a living wage of $15 an hour. That would be my answer. All right, I've been looking at a couple of solutions. I'm thinking of getting a sauna for my house. This is an idea. I'm thinking of getting one of these things for my house. Imagine Sarah and I in this sauna here. And I'm going to put it right near the front door. This is an idea I've come up with. And I'm actually going to run it inside the house. It's an infrared sauna. And I'm going to run UV lights in there. I'm going to have UV lights to get rid of any viruses. So whenever somebody comes in the house, they can go in the sauna and sit in there with the UV lights on and the infrared heat, warm up because it's pretty cold during the winter, and then get out, get their body, the core warm, and have the UV lights work to disinfect their clothing. And then I can greet people at the front door, and they could come in my home and I could talk to them while in my Tyvek suit and air mask. UV doesn't kill viruses? Well, how come everyone's saying it does? Silly wabbit. A tobacco plant may be the key to Ebola drug. I'm not sure why that's coming in that way. Tobacco plant may be key to Ebola drug. We're officially in the after show. We're not taking calls, Rodney. All right, so that's it. That was my big idea, but now you said it's stupid. I didn't know that UV lights don't kill viruses. How come they use UV lights to disinfect air in vent ducts and ozonators that create UV ozone? Aftershock show. Yeah, we're not taking calls from you anymore after you crap all over our show, okay? Stankflower says UV rays do kill viruses. No, you're done here, buddy. You're done. We're not going to take calls from you ever again. You ran out of your extra rope that we gave you. Now you can ring it around the collar. Yeah, we don't need to continue any more conflict with you on our show. Well, this is the deal. We do a legalization plan on the day that we do the anti-war rally. We also talk about legalization on Wasteful Wednesday. We're not shamelessly supporting marijuana legalization. We're blatantly supporting it. A black light. Yeah, black light all of Liberia. I'm serious about putting UV lights in the sauna in my house. And the whole idea of heating up the sauna is the heat stays in the house, right? So you get in, you get warm. Normally I run my heat in the house at about 50 degrees, so during the winter. And then we heat the zones that we live in, like the master bedroom is heated. I'm going to try it. I'm going to buy a two-person sauna, hook up some black lights in there, UV lights, as well as the infrared system, and see if it works, just like a body zapper. You go in, you warm up, and then you're like piping warm when you come in the home. In the zone, da-da-da-da-da, in the zone, yeah. Well, the fact is, we're going to be running a show every night, except, of course, on Sundays. Tomorrow we take a night off. Simply because we've got to do it. We cannot allow this incredible waste of our U.S. tax dollars to go to 500 million to rebel troops in Syria so that we can have surgical strikes against them. It's almost like we're entering another dimension. You're entering another dimension. A dimension of both sight and sound, of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into America's third-party zone, where we discuss the possibility that our nation is being controlled by corrupt pigs who need to leave the office that they're in and ask for forgiveness from God. You've just entered the Sponheim zone. We believe in good, honest politicians if only we had them. Dude, the Whidbey Island zone. So please come back and enjoy our show. On the next America's Third Party Zone. All right, everyone, thanks for coming in. I'm going to play some videos for you. The sun produces UV that retards viruses. Come out. Yeah, Jello Beans made a good point. Yeah, thank you, Jello. The sun actually produces UVs that kill viruses. That's why virus actual epidemics, flu viruses come out in the winter when the sun's low, at the lowest peak. Yeah, the UV filter works. It does work in your water dispenser. Thank you, Pt.2. So I think I'm on something here. You like the idea of a two-person sauna? I found one of those on Craigslist last week for $400. No lie. They're normally like $5 grand retail. You can get them on Craigslist for like less than $600, but I found one for $400. All right, thank you. And now for something completely different. You know, the anti-war rally really should include some pretty interesting stuff, but right now I've got a lot of average stuff back in our video library. One of them is All Wars Are Bankers' Wars, which starts out with him saying,
now I want to share a story with you, and this is actually an article that I wrote over the weekend called All Wars Are Bankers' Wars. And
now this is a really good video, and I'm going to play it tonight, because I think you all need to know that at the very bottom of all these wars that we're seeing are a bunch of greedy capitalist bankers that want to make extended credit available. And the only way they can do it, once they zap out of our existing system of printed money right out of thin air, is to create an even bigger reason for expanded credit. And that would be a war. And that's one of the things we're trying to stop. This technique has been used in every war since the beginning of wars. World War II, all about money, control of power and resources. The Java Peking oil riots that Japan was fighting over. FDR wanted them. FDR wanted control of the Philippines. Sure, they did attack us, and yes, they triggered a war, but there's evidence that that FDR knew that the Japanese were actually going to attack Pearl Harbor. So they just let it all happen. They said, yeah, in fact, FDR wanted to put us in the war 2 years prior and couldn't get justification. So all of this is going to be talked about during this video, and I want all of you to watch it if you can. It's about a 30-minute video, 43-minute video. And then we'll go to a couple other videos that talk about the brutality of war. The problems with Fallujah. Fallujah was won and lost 3 times. Until now, we're still at that point where we don't even have total control in Iraq. After thousands of men died defending our position in Fallujah. We'll talk about that right after. All right, thank you. I hope everybody's, Dorian, is something wrong with your video feed? Okay. All right, and thanks, Shrek, for coming in and showing your face and being a part of our show. Shrek was here tonight, everybody, in our stream up show, which was nice. All right, take care. Have a great weekend. Have a good Sunday. Relax. Try to enjoy yourself. And try to stay within 3 feet, outside of 3 feet. Push 3 feet away from you and other people. Yeah.
I went in, I did a lot of research. It's posted to the front page of whatreallyhappened.com. I understand it's already gone viral. It's being reposted around the web. But I wanted to basically tell it to you here on the radio show. And it's a very long story. We're probably going to take the rest of the hour to do it. But it's something that you need to understand, that all of these wars and assassinations that we're told are crazed lone assassins or weapons of mass destruction or bringing democracy, all of them track back to the private central bankers as the initiating event. And the more you study this, the more you will realize all the wars are wars for the bankers, for the private central bankers. And I know a lot of people are going to have difficulty comprehending this, just how many of these wars we have fought as a nation were fought for no